Hey Google, tell me a motivational quote.
The truly rich are those who enjoy what they have. Thanks for visiting. Please do rate me. See you soon. Bye.
Hey, so today I just kind of wanted to have like a chill edit with me vid. I'm gonna share my screen with you so you could see how I batch edit an album for a client. It's a very basic edit. I don't go into details or anything like that just because batch editing is like extremely time consuming, and if I were to edit every single blemish on every single photo, it just take me weeks, like honestly. And ain't nobody got time. Yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to talk about motivation during quarantine, projects during quarantine, and maybe get to the root of like why I started a YouTube channel right now, and what I've been up to lately. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you want, you can subscribe, you can like, you can comment. All those things will help me grow my channel. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so the first thing that I normally do is just, sorry about the background noise. It's New York, as I keep saying. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is sort out the raw files so that it will be easier for me to just pull from the raws. I am editing a batch that I took last weekend, and the location was in Dumbo, and I have to be honest, Dumbo is not my favorite location to shoot at all. I don't know if it's just me, but like popular locations, don't love Central Park, hate Times Square, about Coney Island. That's just how I feel. I'll shoot there though. I'll make it look cute. So typically I edit, as you can see, in Photoshop, but I edit in Photoshop Raw because I am batch editing. Like I said earlier, I don't go into like super huge details, but let's see where I start. So I'm sure the first few are gonna be test shots. I'll probably start with a light hit. So let's see, that's 8, 9, 2, 8. So I usually edit like about like 100 at a time. Just to feel like I'd be accomplishing things. One thing that I noticed while I'm editing is that all the information is already in the photo. It's up to you as a photographer to bring that out. So you'll see what I'm talking about in a bit. But while I'm editing, I kind of wanted to chat about motivation in quarantine, and I don't know, I guess like my personal journey through it. I know, like, as a lot of many other people felt this is hard to do at the same time, like talk and edit, but a lot of people felt like oh, by the way, these are my presets here, and I just like to go through them and see how they look on the photo, and then go from there. I've been using this one a lot lately, but yeah. Ooh, that one's nice. Emily D. Usually I name my presets after the client that I'm shooting. But yeah, I think like a lot of other people, you know, I thought that COVID or quarantine was just going to be a couple of weeks and then we could kind of get on with our lives. So I kind of acted with that timeline in my head at first, and I was super motivated to just continue on my projects and work harder and stuff like that. I got a bunch of interns for my nonprofit, all that good stuff. And then eventually that kind of wore off because the deadline for quarantine kind of kept extending, and I just felt like every time I would get hopeful, you know, something else, you know, I would get pushed back, and I just be disappointed all over again, and that's no way to live. I'm sorry if you could hear my engine heating. I don't want that to be the case, but it just is what it is. So I think I'm deciding between Ching Point Zero and Emily D. I love Emily D. I think I'm gonna go with Emily D. So then my motivation dwindled a lot, and I realized like at one point I was barely getting out of bed. And all I had was time. I had no money and I had time. And I wasn't shooting anymore because all of the side jobs, main jobs I had, all of them, I got either furloughed or like it just like stopped. So let's see, her face looks a little red there. Yeah, I just lost a lot of motivation, as I guess a lot of us are. And I think, like realizing all you have is time is depressing, but I'm slowly trying to like understand that it's actually a privilege to have time, and how can I use that time to increase my income, improve my quality of life, improve my relationship with myself, to my thoughts. I feel pulled to Buddhism a lot. Can I strengthen, my understanding of self and let go of things that didn't serve me, that sort of thing. So I think, starting up working a lot has definitely helped my mental, and I just think, I just realized that like nothing is gonna change. I'm the only person that is in control of my life and how I act towards what is happening, and that felt really empowering. And I thought, well, if all I have is time, shit, I have camera gear. Like let me use what I got, And so yeah, that was weird. And so here I am on YouTube, creating content that I wish I had when I was a beginner photographer. It's interesting, like, oh, that's interesting. Is that a leaf? How is that possible? Is that leaf just standing up like that? That's crazy. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, I have all this time, I have all this equipment, like, I might as well use it. You know what I mean? I might as well use it. Sometimes I really like when these are out of focus and like the background isn't focused. I always thought that was really cool. And shopping. Noise reduction. I thought a lot about how I can increase my income, and I think that's more of a long-term question because I can create a product, but how can I sell it if there's no demand? And then I started to think about how does one create demand? And I think that building a community eventually leads to that. Oh, that's cute. Why aren't you super in focus? Let's use that. Yeah. I think it's more so focusing on the rocks than it is her. But that's cute though. Aw. So, yeah, I mean, I think creating a community is definitely the first step to creating demand, if it's possible to create a demand. When I was Googling other photographers on YouTube, I saw a lot of extremely successful photographers, and I think although they are really cool to watch, I think that it's also really cool to see someone who's kind of like mid-level, if that makes sense, and kind of like figuring it out. I really enjoy that kind of content, but I didn't see a lot of black photographers on YouTube. Not only that, but I didn't see a lot of black female photographers, and so that's a niche, you know what I mean? If there's ever been a niche for me that I fit into, that's the one. Oh, it always sucks when the background is... See, this is the thing, because you're editing so many photos at once, you kind of have to do a lot of work while you're shooting, and it's really hard to do that because focusing on so many other things. What kind of things are things that I want to hear when I was a beginner? What is some tangible resources and helpful things for others out there who just want to make something, you know? Because I feel like we all just want to make something. She loved her dog. It was so cute. The dog's name is Blake. And he was so good. He's 12 years old and was acting like a puppy. I think that's much better. Just looking a little goth there. Let me look back at these so far. Sometimes I like to go in here and see how it's looking on the other side. It's a little dark. Aww, there's them. Okay, cool. I'm okay with that. Yeah, so I was shooting this woman who was so nice. I was shooting her for like 30 minutes, so it really was about quality, but also largely quantity and variety. We really wanted to capture this park. But yeah, some of the obstacles that I've been dealing with during quarantine, other than the very obvious outwardly things that none of us could control in terms of quarantine and isolation and income and stuff like that. I really wanted to overcome a lot of internal stuff, and I feel like I was struggling mentally with comparing myself to, I guess, other people, because really all we had during quarantine was our phones and social media, and just scrolling all day was just not healthy. And comparing, I don't know about you guys, but like after a certain amount of scrolling, my brain automatically compares, and it's like something that's normal for me, which I definitely don't think is healthy. But yeah, I just unfollowed a bunch of people, and that helped. But also I started reading a lot. I'm currently reading this book called When Things Fall Apart, which was suggested to me by my friend Joe, who's awesome. I'm going to do custom. I'm going to do 2 or 3. And it's essentially about, like, the book teaches you that it's important to stay. Well, let me say this. I think, like, one message that resonated to me was to give up hope. And that sounds really, I don't know if morbid is the word, but like negative. Even though it sounds really negative, I think that that's the goal. Because when you have hope, then you have expectations. And we all know what expectations lead to: disappointment. It's inevitable. No one or nothing can ever meet our expectations because our expectations are always unrealistic. Well, I guess I should speak for myself, but it's just the reality, And so I think when you give up hope, well, or as this book was saying, when you give up hope, you could kind of focus more on the now and focus on what's in front of you and just being in the moment, whether it is painful to be in the moment or it is, beautiful to be in the moment. And that really resonated with me. And so I'm wondering, why am I getting out of breath? It's because I'm getting deep. But I'm wondering what my life would feel like or look like if I just started living more in the moment and just taking time to appreciate where I am right now, and appreciate, although like having, goals is important and you should, I just don't ever want to take for granted what is right in front of me, whether that's my family, my relationships, the journey to becoming whatever, insert goal there. And I just feel like, and I also know what a privilege it is to say this in itself, but sometimes I feel like everything that's happening is kind of like a blessing, because if you're kind of like in this middle class like me, maybe you had a job that didn't require any particular specific skill, but that, you were a part of, and COVID hit, maybe you're living at home, and you're kind of like in this middle class, all you have is time. And I really do think that that's a blessing at this point. This was, I think so we met up at 7 a.m. and it wasn't even bright out at 7. I think this is a lot of ISO. I see a lot of noise in these pictures. But I did the best I could. Probably gonna speed up a little bit until I talk again. I think like a lot of times, we get caught up in what we think we're supposed to do, and the thing that we're actually supposed to do, is the thing that brings us joy, and kind of ignore it, and it gets lost in the sauce, as Gucci Mane would say. Look at little Blakey. I think I was getting his attention by squeaking his little ball toy at this point. You could tell. I think he got mad at me once and was starting to bark at me. So cute. Usually when I'm editing with like the city in the background, I use cool tones more than warm tones, even though I prefer warm tones. I just feel like cool tones look better in New York. So I'm done with that. I'm stopping at 90-50. Gonna open up another batch here. Just gonna copy these edits to the rest. There was also like a time in my life when I just didn't know what I was supposed to be doing, you know? Like, damn, I have all these random skills. What am I supposed to be doing with my life? It all makes sense now. Oh, I wish this one was. Let's see if I can make it sharper without ruining it. Okay, that should be okay. I wonder if I ever turn this portrait mode or. I love when my clients are super nice. I had my very first terrible incident with a client. It wasn't terrible, I'm being dramatic, but I did a little video on that because I just wanted to share. It was very frustrating. Actually, I don't even want to brighten that. That's so cute right there. Let's see if I got him to look at me. Oh my god, here, that dog is not liking those stairs. Like, hey. You know that TikTok video that's like, wait, let's see if I could do it. Hold on. It's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I'm not doing it right. Oh no, oh no. You can tell I've been on TikTok like 3 times. Alright, I'm gonna darken this up a bit. Yes, honey. She also wanted to get some pictures for her dating profile, which I love. I love people who invest into themselves, especially when it means money in my pocket. Shoot. See, that's why, like, you think iPhone cameras are getting better and people won't like hire photographers. No, honey, I am making the most money I've ever made now as a photographer. I make more money now than I ever have, and it's definitely because people love photos. People will never stop loving photos. There's also an experience that comes with my photo shoots. I'm interacting with my clients and getting to know them and making them laugh, I don't think it'll ever go out of style, no matter how good the iPhone camera gets or the Android camera, whatever. Aww, I like this one. I'm dead. Wait, let's see. That should be a meme. Somebody create like a caption for that meme. That's so funny. I have a hate-love relationship with this autocorrector because sometimes I just feel like it just doesn't autocorrect correctly. Let's see. Should I leave the house today? I ask myself that every day. Look at that. See, that distorts her body. It's so odd. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use that photo. This one is better. I'm dead. Are you crying for help? Blake? Do you need help? Is there something that you're trying to tell me? You can tell me. Just use your words. Oh, I like these ones. We were taking these while we were waiting for a couple to finish up on that. You know that street in Dumbo. Everybody's trying to get a picture there. And that's exactly why we shot that early, because we were trying to get that shot too. think she was gonna use this for her Christmas cards, which is nice, but I think it's past the deadline now for Christmas cards. Usually, oh, hope I backed up a little bit. Okay. Ink. Alright, let's see, let me darken this a little bit. I think I really like shooting one person at a time. Just because I'm able to focus a little bit more, whereas if I'm shooting like a huge family, it's like hard to point out details. I don't know. I like the candid ones, even though she's not looking. I really like this one. I think I just like the colors, the red and the blue. Alright, let's see if we can get to that shot in the middle of the street. I think we were almost wrapping up at this point. I think at this point I'm probably just going to do a time lapse of me editing the rest of this batch, and I hope you enjoy. Ooh, it's golden hour, baby. Golden hour is like at 3:30 now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a cool video. I don't know. I guess every video idea is new to me, since I'm new to the tube. Thank you so much for watching. I wonder how motivation has been for others in quarantine as a creative or just any person, and just like finding your grounding in who you are, what you want to do, what you're doing now, and like how that translates to your day-to-day. So I don't know. If you want to share, you can. But yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.